Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, as you get ready to watch this Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase for September 2020. I'm joined by Daniel Budworth, Ben Moore, Michael Huber. Basically, we're here. We're up this morning, the four of us, to react to Monster Hunter, right?
Yep. Yep.
Does it start with that? Does it just like play the notes and it's like no guessing, just go. Here you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it.
And
I
and Beyblade. Ben was predicting Beyblade as well.
Oh yeah,
Beyblades.
more Beyblade
no no
stuff.
no no.
Let's go.
I was not predicting Beyblade. I was fearing Beyblade.
Oh,
It was like a specter chasing after my hype.
I hope they just like come out and announce like a sequel already. Because like we're like we are already working on a sequel. Like response was so great that we're confident
Beyblade
we're going to
Cross
greenlight
Monster
the
Hunter.
sequel. This is also doubling as I am refreshing the Amazon 3080 GTX pre-order link
Nice.
Out in
because
seconds.
it sold out in zero point 0.1 seconds everywhere, and it is a shit show to put it nicely right now. So for everyone who complained about the PS5 thing was bad. Nothing as bad as the new GPU stuff. Like everyone's like, "Oh, new GPU stuff. It could be like better next gen, maybe if you actually get one." Yeah. Apparently, Newegg is back up and stuff right now. Anyway, we're here to talk about Nintendo Monster Hunter. Let's start there. You have any kind of like expectations for what a Monster Hunter Switch is going to be like? More like World, more like Try, or the more recent 3DS ones, or somewhere in between potentially.
Well, Double Cross was on Switch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Double Cross is the most
Generations
recent one.
Hmm.
Ultimate
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
over here was on Switch. Expectations. I mean, there's so many different things that they could do. They could definitely try to make it a very world-esque experience. They could kind of do what they did with Generations, and I think just try new things and maybe make like this Switch line of Monster Hunter games, feel separate from what they're doing with World. Like I don't know. There's so many things. There could be a return of styles, which would be really interesting. They could bring back swimming. They could add new weapons. Like I don't know. But having enjoyed World so incredibly much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the basic thing is like I have full confidence in it. Like I just
Right.
can't wait. I can't wait to play it, whatever it is. Um, there's no worry in my heart about a new Monster Hunter.
Are the rumors talking like it's a brand new game or like it would be like potentially a scaled down version of World?
So I saw some rumors going today, and I deliberately did not click on them because I wanted to stay away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Basically, I read enough to get myself to believe that Monster Hunter is going to be there, and then I backed off. So I haven't actually read any concrete details on
Uh,
what's going to be in here,
Excellent.
what the features are going to be. So all of that stuff is going to be brand new to me, assuming that Monster Hunter gets announced. So
my last
Oh yeah,
question about
Monster Hunter
Monster.
Stories.
yeah, I getting a Switch version of Monster Hunter Stories would be really exciting, I think.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good port to give people a chance to play that. 'Cause I think a lot of people probably missed out on that one. Honestly, my question I want to ask about Monster Hunter is, would for you Ben, would you?
Mm-hmm.
We already have World, and World's amazing. Would you want this new one to maybe be closer to the older style, just to like have a continuation of those in some form, or do you feel like it kind of needs to have those quality of life updates, even if it's not going to reach the visual fidelity, obviously, of World?
Yeah, I think, and I think a lot of people would probably disagree with this. As much as I enjoy World, I actually really enjoy the bright, colorful, kind of exaggerated style of the older games. I mean, especially if you look at like some of the armor sets in kind of the classic Monster Hunter style. It's a lot more like there's plenty of outlandish stuff in World. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more um, cartoony and just a very different feeling. Like I think of the like Elatrion armor, which is just like pulsing neon green, right?
Awesome.
And so I really enjoy that style, and would love to see that more exaggerated style, I think, kind of go in tandem with World. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
But to throw it back at you, I guess, like, if this looked more like classic Monster Hunter, would that be like disappointing to any of you guys? Like, do you just kind of want to see a follow-up to World?
Any new Monster Hunter is a win in my book.
I like tired hype Huber. Where it's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I'm here for a Silk Song.
That was the Huber part-time take.
Yeah, I think Silk Song is one that obviously always comes up when we talk about third-party Nintendo.
That's what I need.
And then there's been a rumor about a Mass Effect collection.
Yeah.
Yo, what?
That would be pretty cool.
That has shown up on a few listing places, and hey, it's been said it was gonna be at this event, maybe it'll be at this event. Apparently it's getting pushed back. Whether or not it shows up today, I mean, I think
really cool.
Coming to Switch would be a good place to announce it. Just in general, the existence of it. It's coming to all the like multi-platform, but I think it will be the biggest deal coming to maybe to Switch. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a bigger deal. It's coming on other platforms, but definitely think could be announced here. Finally shown off. What about
Will new hardware impact anything shown for Monster Hunter?
No. It may, but they won't be able to talk about it right now.
4K ready, but
yeah,
Got it.
I absolutely don't think that's talked about. But I'm very curious to see what it looks like. I only thing I've heard is I heard something about the visuals. I'm very curious if it's true or not. That's all I'll say because I don't want to color any of your impressions more than that. But yeah.
Sorry, just to jump in really quick before the show happens in 60 seconds. I was just thinking, there's actually a few at least Monster Hunters that are really beloved that aren't in Monster Hunter World that I think would be an easy win for Monster Hunter Switch. And so like that's a
we got an M rating, boys.
Thing. Oh, is it going?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll shut up now.
Yeah, chat. Just let me know how the audio mixes with the.
Yeah, their volume is kind of loud.
I'm gonna bring it down a little bit.
It is loud. I'm like, I barely
might have
it
to
on.
adjust as they talk.
Yes!
Jeez.
Just instant.
Yo.
Yes, come on. Immediately.
Triumphant.
Yes!
Oh, that's my pop.
Oh, shit. Yo, you're like a writer for Monster Hunter Stories.
Let's go!
Oh, man. I've never felt more awake at 7 a.m. in my life.
Writing.
It looks so good!
This is cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
This
Feeling
is
the
like,
adventure right now.
this is like,
Wait, Prince of Persia with like wall running?
wow.
I just got an important letter. It looks like we've got a rampage on our hands.
Oh no, not a rampage.
I feel like I'm getting a new Ninja Gaiden game and a new Monster Hunter.
Right.
Yeah, this is gonna be a Switch Pro show.
Jeez, yikes.
Wow. This is a really good looking Switch game.
Yeah.
It's been 50 years since the last calamity. That monster is known as
Calamity.
Dropping the word calamity.
Yo,
Is Ganon showing off?
Toby Kadachi just being eaten.
Ooh.
Yo. Spider monster.
This is for my fellow hunters.
Was that a new weapon?
I
Rise.
saw a big old sight,
Monster
dude.
Hunter
Was that new?
Rise!
Shall we
What a
go?
name. What a name.
March
dude.
26th.
What? That's so soon.
Rise.
Main game Monster Hunter Rise.
Yo,
Deluxe.
Shadow drop a demo.
Dude, Straw Hat Ninja.
Pre-order for the
outfit there.
dog and cat bonuses.
Oh, we get more explanation. Great.
You can
Oh,
play
wow.
the latest installment in the Monster Hunter series wherever you are and
Yo.
however you'd like. We've prepared a
That's
trailer for
right.
another
Look at
title,
them.
so please
Oh,
take a
so
look.
man, the
cozy.
dough.
Wait.
10 out of 10 cozy vibes with that shot.
Monster Stories. This is Monster Stories.
Yeah.
Well,
Is this Monster Stories 2?
This is out of control.
It doesn't feel like a port.
What a fantastic style.
Yeah, this looks
It's no mere
awesome.
coincidence that you were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny.
It's like Tales of Vesperia when it came out.
I know.
You're still alive.
Kind of like this.
I got a
style.
Linkle vibe
I
from this
never see you
character.
Wow.
again.
Wow.
Dude, what am I looking at right now?
Monster Hunter of the Wild here.
Holy crap.
It would be so sweet
What's that?
after this announcement if they were
I'd
like
be lying if I
Monster Hunter
said I
Stories
wasn't
available on
nervous, but
Switch
it'll work out.
today.
Right.
First one. Beautiful.
Red? Moon's blessing emerge.
Quick, hurry! We don't know if it's the right monster. Our mission is to see if it truly has catastrophic power.
Rathalos are disappearing from their natural habitats.
That's not good.
And Angela?
Yo. Cartoon Angina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will protect the Rathalos. That is a cause I will get behind.
Yeah, too.
Nice.
Wings of Ruin.
Crazy.
Summer.
That looks
Yo.
so cool.
Capcom putting in the work for the Switch, baby.
But Capcom, I'll still be playing Rise.
Hello,
then.
everyone. Welcome to our third Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. What you've just seen is a first look at Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter
What system is Stories
2,
on?
Wings of
Stories
Ruin.
1.
Stay tuned for
3DS.
Monster Hunter Direct
3DS.
after this
I guess
presentation, which will provide an in-depth look at both games.
Yes!
There's gonna be a
This
Monster
Nintendo
Hunter
Direct Mini Partner Showcase presentation will deliver the latest information about upcoming Nintendo Switch games from our development and publishing partners. More videos in this series will be released this year. Alright, let's get started.
I don't need anything else.
Move to the rhythm with boxing exercises.
Okay.
The sequel to fitness boxing, where you can
exercise.
enjoy
I gotta say,
working
this
out
is
to the
this
beat,
is like coming
coming to
down
the
hard
Nintendo
after Monster Hunter.
Dude, you get some exercise. It's always a
Joy-Con
good thing.
Controllers and match
Yeah,
rhythm like
yeah.
1, 2.
Exercise is good. I can get behind
Select
that.
your favorite music and courses. Then get to it with boxing
23
exercises.
songs.
Customize your instructor's outfit to provide
Oh, no.
even more variety for your workouts. Several features are included in this installment, including a 2-player mode, an alarm function,
That sounded
and
like
the ability to turn off boxing moves.
YMCA or something.
Save data also carries over from the previous game, so use all these features to help keep you going. Select any one of the 9 instructors, including 3 new ones. Janice, Hero, and Karen.
Karen.
All of them have their own distinct personality. and
There
are
was like
here
a
to support
bouncing
and
birthday
motivate you.
cake behind one of them.
Box to the beat when Fitness
Perfect.
Boxing 2
Wait, there was
Rhythm
a
and
Fitness Boxing
Exercise
1?
launches on Nintendo Switch.
I missed
December
out on
Right.
Fitness Boxing 1
Missed out.
already.
Pre-orders begin
Wow,
later
where have
today.
I been?
Imagineer.
Hey, pre-orders later today. Don't sleep on that.
Yeah.
An all-new
All-new
Disgaea,
Disgaea?
dude!
Oh.
This guy is sick.
This guy's 6! Holy
Dude.
shit! That's huge!
Well. Anime saving the
A
Switch.
zany, brand new installment of Disgaea is coming to the Nintendo Switch
Wow! I was not
system. Meet
expecting
Zed,
this
the
at all.
protagonist of Disgaea 6. But he's not just some lowly zombie. As a result of super reincarnation,
Oh
he'll
wow!
become stronger the more he
Wow.
dies.
Style.
Vibrant characters full of personality also make their appearance in colossal showdowns. The beloved over-the-top battle system makes a
Is this the
triumphant
first one that
return.
doesn't use sprites for?
And now,
Yeah.
max
Okay.
damage is in
Yeah, it
the
looks a lot different,
quadrillions.
right?
Yeah, it does.
And the max level is nearly 100 million.
But I mean, it's still like
Reincarnate in a variety of worlds and
Close
face
to-
off against the strongest god of
that
destruction.
look.
Get ready for
almost
an
kind of like
experience
a-
that
like a Guilty
defies
Gear
common
XR.
sense, genre, and destiny. Disgaea 6,
Summer.
Defiance of Destiny, is coming
Next
exclusively
summer,
to
the
Nintendo
summer of
Switch Summer
anime.
2021.
Summer of anime.
Plus, the
dude.
previous title,
a
Disgaea
good
5
summer.
Complete, will be free to play for a limited time in a special
Oh,
game
nice.
trial event
Interesting.
exclusively for
Stay free.
Nintendo
So
Switch Online
generous.
members. Defend your
Oh.
turf in a
Are they going
ruthless
back
Balan
with
Wonderworld.
this?
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of trouble. The name is Gold.
Didn't know
Yo,
this was
sick,
Summer.
dude. Empire of Sin. Let's go.
I run the fortune tellers. But if you're looking
So
for
hyped
a
for this
good
game.
time,
Did I just not know it was coming to Switch? Or
ain't
the
no
announcement?
better place.
Yeah, I don't think we
I'm
knew
a
it was coming to
performer
Switch.
by art, but keep my
okay.
business out of the spotlight. Capone and Angelo don't really know what started their feud, but I do.
I got high hopes for this game,
I
dude. I'm so
poisoned
excited.
Capone's supply and
It was
made
revealed for the
Angelo
Switch before.
take the fall.
Oh, nice.
These people are merely players in my symphony. The world is my stage and I am the star. And we are about to put on a big show.
Yeah.
You know
This
that no
looks
one ever
cool.
really wins.
I'm coming for her and
So
And
pumped.
if you're looking
Man, I'm in the
for
middle of starting
salvation,
Sopranos, so
come
this
and
is
get
like,
it. You know you ain't gonna find
Yeah.
it. Mon chéri. The Empire of Sin.
A terrifying threat draws near
Yo,
in this
dang.
tactical shooter.
Yo, let's go.
We closed the
Okay,
trap
is
on
this
Hitler's
3 or
North
4?
Africa campaign. But what next?
I think it's 3.
I'm headed for San Celini, a secluded island to
This is
Italy's
fun to do that on
southwest.
this Switch.
My target is General Tobias Schmidt.
This is definitely a game
Ought to be a
series that
straightforward mission
I have
with no
no
surprises.
familiarity with whatsoever.
Dude,
What could
so,
be
3 and
easier?
4, man. That's all you need.
Yeah, no, I know you like them. It's just like one of those series that completely passed me by for one reason or another.
Yeah. The zombie one that came out, I think that was this year. So fun.
Yeah, I played that a little bit.
That one was fun. Oh, what's the name of that? 4, nice.
Talia.
Sick.
That felt more like a Left 4
Here's
Dead
a quick look at
thing
what else
than
is
Yep.
coming to
Yep.
Nintendo
Like
Switch
sniper
this
focus.
month.
Oh, wow, right at the
Yeah.
montage part.
It's a little too quiet in
Montage.
the long dark. Brave the quiet apocalypse in this exploration survival game.
Available
You're on
later
your own
today.
as you journey through a frozen wilderness
Yo,
in the
Bear,
aftermath
yo.
of a geomagnetic disaster. A chilling narrative awaits
Geomagnetic
in the witch
disaster.
story. Or enjoy hours of permadeath survival
Magneto
gameplay.
showed up.
Experience
Sounds
true
like a
survival
James
on Nintendo
Bond
Switch
plot.
later
Yeah.
today.
Uh-oh. Did...
The fairway is open in PGA Tour 2K21. Play against the pros on visually stunning
online
real-life courses.
societies.
Hit the links with friends locally or online.
Sounded very
Or run
ominous
full
to me.
seasons and tournaments. with
Hades
online
on
society.
Switch today.
A
Today.
physical version of
Hades,
this game
dude, let's
swings
go.
onto Nintendo Switch September 25th. Defy the god of the dead in this Greek mythology-inspired
need to
dungeon
ref-
crawler. Thousands of story events and ability combinations.
Chat,
ensure
should I
a unique
reload? Yeah, I'll do it
experience
now.
Each time you hack and slash.
This isn't good.
Oh, remember this one they showed?
Balan Wonderworld, yeah.
When did they show this?
It was the Xbox. It was
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the Xbox showcase.
Oh yeah, it was in the
Why is this-
pre-show.
Leo
There
and
we go.
Emma were led here by the mysterious maestro Balan. Wonderworld contains 12 dreamlike stages,
There's dancing enemies.
including an ocean stage, a wind stage, and more.
This music.
Yeah,
As
Hades
Leo
is
and Emma,
out later
You'll
today.
don costumes to wield a
the
variety of
Switch
abilities.
version looks a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Ride the wind to float in the air.
Yeah, Brad's been playing it on
Pack
Switch. I
powerful
wonder
punches to destroy giant blocks.
how he feels about it.
little framing.
There are over 80 costumes to find.
Is this? How soon is this out?
Each costume's ability.
Oh, Balan Wonderworld is supposed to be this year, right?
To new stages. Menacing bosses await at the end of each stage.
But you said Brad was playing this on Switch?
No,
You can
Hades.
also pass a
Oh,
Joy-Con
okay,
controller
okay.
to a co-op.
What?
Yeah, Brad's
Combine
got
your
that
abilities
exclusive
and navigate
access.
through stages together.
Co-op, jolly co-op. Oh, that looked janky as
Oh,
March
March
26th.
26th. Okay.
Balan is waiting for you.
March 26th.
Balan Wonderworld will make its
prime
grand
date.
entry
Rio!
to Nintendo Switch Spring 2021.
Dude, today is a win for anime. Holy shit.
Your new
Oh,
life
yeah.
in a fantasy
Nice.
world is about to begin.
Keep it coming.
Build a new life amidst a grand adventure in this heartwarming RPG.
I am,
Yeah, I like
I
this
am
anime song.
pretty hyped for this.
Yeah, this music. Yeah.
Nice.
Anime
As a young man or
openings.
woman
Yeah,
Let's
that's a
go.
good looking
Memories.
town,
The
dude.
Fresh
style,
start to the rural
though.
town of
What a
Rigmar as a
huge
peacekeeping
upgrade
ranger.
from 4.
Yeah,
Holy
this game looks
shit.
hype as hell, dude.
In addition to
This is
protecting the
great.
town, your day-to-day will include
Yo, I wanna play
harvesting
this.
crops and fishing in the river.
I would check out 4 here, but it's
You
really
may
fun.
even find a special
on
someone to
Switch?
start dating,
Yeah.
fall in
Or
love,
special.
and get married. A
But
new
the
battle system
combat
allows
in
you to
this
perform
looks
combo attacks
way
with
beyond
allies to take
4.
down monsters.
2021.
2021.
Begin your life anew in a fantasy world. When Rune Factory
Rune
5
Factory, I know
comes to
nothing about it.
Nintendo
It's on my
Switch
radar
in
now, but-
2021.
Last one. Gotta be a lot. Ooh.
All right.
So that heads up.
This
I'm
next
about
one
3
already.
seconds
Last
behind you. Oh.
Moon Studios,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah, it's
Ori
Ori.
the Will of Wisps.
Ori, yeah.
Shit.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps, fantastic game. One of the best of the year. Don't skip.
Yeah. Gotta get to that.
Okay, this is definitely Switch footage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, cat.
Wait, tilt controls? I forget if those are even in the first one.
Today.
Shadow Drop.
Today, Shadow Drop.
That and
Wow.
Hades. Good Switch day.
I'm really surprised by that.
Ooh, that box is beautiful.
I mean, it's still later, but I would have thought that they would have held off for a long time.
Dude,
Dear
that collector's
Lord,
edition better be glow in
yo.
the dark, man.
Look at this.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Boy, that looks really great.
Comes with both, yeah.
That box needs to be glow in the dark.
That is a package.
Monster Hunter
That's all for
Direct.
today's Nintendo Direct
15
Mini
minutes,
Partner
baby.
Showcase.
Let's go.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for Monster
Right
Hunter
into
Direct.
it, too. Fantastic.
Give us the details.
Alright. Yeah, I'll try and sync up chat again since I'm like 3 or 4 seconds behind him now.
In this direct,
There we go.
we'll be
Should be
showing
synced.
off the latest games in the Monster Hunter series.
In the
to kick things
E3
off,
interview
please
I
take
did
a
with
look
this
at this
guy.
announcement trailer.
I asked about Monster Hunter Story, and he just laughed. It was great.
Oh, they're showing the trailer again.
Hey, some people might just be tuning in for this.
This
Maybe.
is, dude, Bloodworth. This is a clean Bloodworth edit, so they can cut this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they upload
Yeah,
this,
Yeah.
yeah.
makes sense.
This is a clean edit.
Separately. It's just
I'll
funny.
watch it again.
Does this count towards the 15 minutes, though?
Yeah,
Probably,
of course
yeah.
it does.
They would have to.
Yeah, no
Boy,
Bradley
just-
default to chat, but there's still
No,
TGS
true.
next week. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good point, Danny. Boy, this like just Breath of the Wild scaling everything in
Yeah.
sight is awesome.
Okay, so I'll say
Important
this
letter.
since we already saw this trailer and it
Looks
won't
like
hurt me being to talk
We've
over it.
Got a rampage.
I was
on our
told
hands.
to be concerned about how the game would look visually ahead of time. Was a source told me.
Be
It's like
concerned.
that it was like gonna look very rough, and I'm like, I'm not really seeing that. This looks
Looks good.
perfectly
Sure.
great to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like,
just based on what I have in front of me, just that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like
It's
a
not
Switch
coming
game, but I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't look
Switch Pro, dude. It'll look nice.
For sure.
This game's getting upgraded.
4K, baby.
50 years since the last calamity. That monster is known as
Get it.
Magnum Malo.
Magnum Malo.
Dude.
Actually need to like freeze frame on Magnum Malo. I want to get a better
I
look
do
at
like
it.
this version of that theme too.
Really happy about that. All these different types of monsters.
Yeah, good variety.
You have a lot of like similar types in worlds, and so to branch out from that is awesome.
Shall we go?
Devila and Popola vibes there.
Take us to
Near crossovers.
Oh yeah.
So, what did you think about Monster Hunter Rise? The rise in the title refers to
Good
the idea
shit.
of hunters running up cliffs and making
Oh.
use of the verticality of the environment, as well as our desire to create a game that
He
gets lots
said
of
it.
people around the
Said
world
it.
bursting with excitement. Monster Hunter is a hunting action game series where players get to confront huge monsters in majestic natural environments.
Hunting action game
It's been
series.
16 years since the debut of the series, and this new entry will take advantage of the portability of the
The
Nintendo
background.
Switch
It looked like he was
to
just, like,
provide a
grappling
Monster Hunter
air there.
experience that anyone can enjoy whenever and wherever they want. Now, before we talk more about the game itself, I'd like to introduce Yasunori Ichinose, the game's director.
Hello everyone, I'm Yasunori Ichinose, the director. It's nice to be here today.
Hello.
First, I'd like to talk about the new actions we've added to this game.
Yes.
This game will let you go to all kinds of places on the map, such as cliffs and elevated platforms.
These new actions are made
Timing
possible
is good.
thanks to a little creature called the Wire Bug.
Fire bug.
The movement reminds me of
Player
Sekiro.
carries several of these small bugs around,
A little bit.
and they allow you
Totally.
to climb to a variety of places that would normally be out of reach.
Dude.
Wire bug.
Additionally, there's a great variety of actions you can perform
Dude,
by
wire bug
combining the
attack.
wire bugs with attacks.
This is great.
Using these unique attacks with your favorite weapon is what the combat
Man.
is going to be all about.
Thanks to the wire bug, there's now a lot more variation. in
This seems like a
movement and
great
attacks,
natural extension of
leading
the
to
clutch boss.
versatile, fast-paced combat.
That is an excellent observation.
Next, I'd like to talk more about the environments.
Wirebug's just instantly gonna make gathering more
When you
hype.
start a quest, you'll be
I can't
whisked
wait for
to
gathering
an open
missions
map
now.
that forms one single seamless locale.
Seamless.
Yeah, seamless is
That's
great. That's really nice to hear.
Awesome. What was that fast forward thing for a second?
Oh, I think he was
Of course,
just.
we've made sure to create
for the
locales
presentation.
to make full
Yeah, I
use
was like,
of
new
the wire bug's
features.
ability.
Yeah. Double speed.
Now I'd like to tell you a little bit
Wire
about
Bug.
one of the new areas in this game, which we already showed a glimpse of in the trailer
really
just
cool
now,
area.
called the Shrine Ruins. From the starting camp, you can run down the mountain to get to the main field. This area is characterized by the scattered ruins of an ancient shrine, hence the name. I can't explain in too much detail, but there are lots of things to discover across each locale, so I hope you take the time to explore when going on your hunts.
Hence the name.
Yo, is this a Strand game?
Next, I'd like to show you a new type of canine buddy known as a palamute.
Palamute?
Palamute.
These canines can run
Every
around
game
with
should have a
hunters
new
sitting on their
canine
backs.
Yes.
While you're riding one, your stamina doesn't decrease, so you can keep running at high speed for as long as you want. You'll also be able to perform various actions, like using certain items, or recovering your
Eating all right.
As an attacker type, they will help you out in various ways.
Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing here because
Naturally,
they're taking
the
things that
feline
they've
palico from
introduced
past
in the world
games
and
also make their return again. They will help you out as a
bolstering them.
support type. You can take 2 buddies with you
Oh,
on a
interesting.
quest, and you are free to decide
Squad.
which combination of buddies you want. In
I'm taking a
multiplayer,
dog and a
each
cat.
hunter can bring one buddy
same.
with them.
Next, I'd like to talk about the new monsters.
First, this is the flagship monster for this game, Magnamalo.
Anytime they
We
introduce a
can't
new
show it in
monster and it
full
just
yet,
wrecks
but
another
it's a
monster,
fearsome
I love
fanged
that.
wyvern with a strong air of menace about it.
That's how you know it's a big deal.
Yeah.
The next monster is Acnosom.
I like the name.
Acnosom is a bird wyvern that attacks hunters with its characteristic crest by changing its shape and using it as a weapon. This monster is the bird wyvern Great Izuchi. Its main characteristic is that it tends to move around in groups of 3, attacking all at once or in succession.
Yo,
That
tail
tail
control.
Lies in how you defend against
Cool. That looks like a fun fight.
And this is the
Wholesome
Olympian
friends.
Tetranodon.
I
That's
love
Psyduck.
To explode and then charges it.
Oh man.
As its
Dude, it
body
is
changes,
Psyduck.
so do its attacks. So you'll need to change your approach on the fly while dealing with them.
Bring traps.
As you can see, Tetranodon and Arzuros are in a fight here. We are working on new gameplay elements that are
Arzuros.
Oh my
fights
God!
between
Arzuros,
groups.
no!
We'll share more about this at a later date. Of course,
Really cool
there
that
are
they're
other
keeping the
returning
monster
monsters,
fights.
including Arzuros
Turf
and plenty of
war
new
hype.
monsters too. So please look forward to more monster info in the future. Next, I'd like to show your base in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your base in this game is called Kamura Village.
Oh, I love that so much.
You'll find all the conveniences a hunter needs, like the smithy and other facilities, and all kinds of colorful characters. The story in this game unfolds through the characters of this village.
I just got an important letter. It looks like we've got a rampage on our hands.
I can't say anything yet about the rampage, but we are aiming to provide a new experience with this, so please look forward to future announcements.
Oh.
We hope you like
Seasonal
what we've
Rampage.
shown so far. To close things off, I'd like to share the release date and the details on the different versions.
As we announced in the trailer, the game will release on March 26th, 2021, and you'll be able to choose from the following versions.
The Standard Edition
How hyper release
and the Deluxe
dates.
Edition with a bundle of recommended
When they're
DLC.
this close, very hype.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
Supply will be limited, but all versions will include special layered armor
Retriever.
for a Palamute and Palico,
Forest Cat.
plus a Novice Talisman as pre-order bonuses. Also, we'll be releasing these 3 amiibo from Monster Hunter Rise on the same
Yo,
day
that
as the launch of the game.
Magnamalo.
Using these
Magnamalo.
amiibo lets you unlock special layered armor. On top
Yeah, I
of
bet
that,
you don't want that
you can also
Palico.
enter a daily lottery in the game for a variety
Yeah, the
of
Palico's
useful
super hype.
items. We will
You hear that?
provide more details
Daily
on these
lottery.
amiibo in the future. We hope you'll get them along with the game. The game will also have some compatibility features with Monster Hunter Stories 2, which we also announced today. Please look forward to
Great
more information
rendition
on that as
Steam,
well.
Yeah.
For more information about Monster Hunter Rise, please check out our official website, which will go up later today.
I'll be there.
Pre-orders for the download version will start shortly
I'll
after
be there.
this Monster Hunter Direct.
Digital pre-orders
so please
right
head
now.
on over to the Nintendo eShop and have a look.
Come on down.
Hey, no bots are gonna
Please check
snipe
with your
you on the
local
eShop.
retailers
That's right.
for pre-order information.
That's all for Monster Hunter Rise for now. But Mr. Ichinose has a few final words for you.
Thank you for watching this introduction of Monster Hunter Rise.
My final words.
We are currently
I've
working
got you
hard
by the
on
balls.
completing the development of this new Monster Hunter game. Your reaction
God,
to this
that
announcement will
attack
give
is
us
so
strength
cool.
and motivation, so please let us know what you think. Please look forward
Oh,
to
that
future
flip
updates.
back into the slash!
Hope you'll enjoy
I can't wait to
Monster
do
Hunter
that!
Rise.
As a great sword made, I can't wait to do that. It's so evasive.
All right.
Oh,
Next
sweet.
up,
I thought they were
it's my
actually
pleasure
not
to
gonna do
introduce
this.
the newest RPG in the Monster Hunter series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. Please take a look.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's such very different styles, and both of them look fantastic.
Yeah.
It's no mere coincidence that you were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny.
Kinship stone. Bonds.
I'm so glad you're still alive. I thought I'd never see you again.
Aw.
Dude, Rathalos bonds.
Yeah.
Protect it.
Okay, pal, let's do this.
It's got like a little How to Train Your Dragon vibes.
Yeah, good
I said I
call.
wasn't nervous, but it'll work out.
Red? Moon's blessing emerged.
Can I live in this world instead of the one we actually live
It's
in?
the right monster. Our mission is to see if it truly has catastrophic power.
Can I just like
disappearing
save the
from their natural
Rathalos?
habitats.
That would make me much happier. Seeing Anjanath in that style is really interesting.
Yeah, it looks really good. They've adapted so well.
Yeah.
I really want that one. I'm really hyped on stories.
In this game, you'll become a monster rider,
Give me that
traveling
switchboard
the
for
world
one.
with your monster companions as you
That
tackle
would be
quests
sweet,
and
man.
experience a rich story set in the Monster Hunter universe. You'll be joined on your adventure by a number of popular monsters from the main series, and the bonds you forge together will have far-reaching implications.
Bonds!
As the plot
Bonds, yep.
unfolds. Our emotional story begins with the mass disappearance of Rathalos from around the world. As the descendant of the legendary rider named Red, you have a fateful encounter with a Wyverian girl who has been entrusted with an egg. I can't say much more at this point in time, but just as the title of Story suggests, we're working hard to provide fans with a fantastic narrative worthy of the series. On top of that, we're including elements that connect this game with Monster Hunter
Yeah, I'm
Rise,
really curious about
so
this.
please look forward to that as
Oh,
well.
they're not going to sell us.
With the game slated for release in summer 2021, we hope that Monster Hunter fans, and all fans of RPGs in general, will enjoy Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
Monster Hunter
We can't
Rise
wait
is
to
gonna
reveal
sell
more about
so
this
many
game in the
copies.
future, so
Oh,
stay
yeah.
tuned.
It's gonna be nuts.
So many copies.
Today, we introduced you to two new titles, Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2. We've created official websites and social media accounts for each title, so please go check them
I
out.
hope Monster Hunter
We are
Instagram
also
is
planning
just
to provide more
sweet
updates at
pictures of
TGS
food. Like, that's what it
2021
needs to be.
more
September
TGS.
25th.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
And Capcom TGS Live 2020 on September 26th.
Dude,
Well,
double
be back
dipping.
next week.
So please stay tuned
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
more
double
information.
dipping.
See you all then.
Thank you for watching this Monster Hunter Direct.
Excellent.
There you go.
Very excellent.
Wow.
Supremely excellent.
Yeah.
Ben has really
Double
sniffed them this week.
Dose.
Yeah, Ben's been sniffing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like right on top of Final Fantasy 16 and now right on top of Monster
Sniff
Hunter.
it. Just gotta sniff it.
I feel energized. I feel grateful. I feel excited. Like,
Is there a Monster Hunter
it doesn't stop. Like, we're not even done with Monster Hunter World content. And then, you have a little holiday break and then it's more Monster Hunter. What is there to complain
But I just
about?
remember it was like the other night, when it was like you weren't gonna wake up for this, and like, but what if it's Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
And it just seems like so out of left field.
I convinced myself it was Monster Hunter based on nothing credible. And I just was like certain. Like, I walked into this certain that it was going to be Monster Hunter. It seemed like the rumors today were a lot more certain, but like last night, no.
Yeah. I think I was like, wasn't sure if it'd be at this or just be at TGS next week, I think was the toss up for me. So I was like, I was convinced that it was coming soon. Like,
to me, I just feel like there's always been this pattern with Nintendo stuff because Nintendo doesn't go to TGS. But Capcom and Square Enix and a lot of other publishers that are pretty big on Nintendo systems do. They traditionally, this is weird because of stay-at-home stuff, but traditionally they announce those games like about this timing early, so then they get everybody to come to the booth. So I just feel like they kind of stuck to that same kind of timing.
The only concern that I have is frame rate for Rise. Like, you need a consistent frame rate for Monster Hunter, and if that is messed up, not saying that that is necessarily going to be, but that's kind of like the only thing in the back of my mind going into Monster Hunter Rise. But if that
Switch
is
Pro.
able to become, I
was gonna say it's either gonna be locked at 30, unfortunately, or if that Switch Pro is coming next year, this will probably be the game that utilizes
showpiece.
Yeah, this will probably be the one. They'll be like, let's go 1080 60 guaranteed. Here you go.
Yo, Monster Hunter Rise, dude, ray tracing on Switch.
I wonder if
maybe not that far.
because so many things in Rise feel like they're taking ideas from World and kind of mixing them to kind of create its own distinct kind of flavor. I wonder if this will be the start of like a new Monster Hunter line on Switch, where it's like, would we get a Monster Hunter Rise 2 and then, kind of in conjunction with World 2, and you'll have like a nice back and forth between like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Monster Hunter, and then Switch Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I think so.
What was the zip line, the wing thing? The graphic
bug? It's wing something. I'm blanking on the name too, but I know
it was awesome.
That thing was awesome. And the way that you incorporate it into attacks.
Yeah, dude, for attacks and traversal using that thing, that's smart. I really like that.
Yeah, and the Palamute as well. It's just
cool looking monsters.
Great looking monsters. The new monsters, I think a totally reasonable and accurate complaint about Monster Hunter World is there are way too many monsters that feel too similar in Monster Hunter Worlds. Like, whether that's, like this kind of like dragon dino feeling in Monster Hunter World. So getting things like Psyduck monster, the spider monster that we saw. Yeah, it definitely seems a little bit more outlandish, which I think will go a long way. For sure.
NVIDIA's over here teasing me. They sent me an email like, out now, and of course you click on it, it's out of stock.
Come on, that's beautiful. But Ben, I think you are absolutely right that this is going to be the de facto kind of style for the Switch Monster Hunter series. There was a lot of like discussion and wants and speculation about there needs to be like an evolution from the older style of games, but it wouldn't quite be Monster Hunter World. So what would it be? And I think they've now shown us what that's going to be. And I think you're absolutely right that there will be World style games, whether they're called World 2 or whatever, will continue on, and this will be the series on Switch for the foreseeable future, which is, I'm really glad they figured it out, because as you like from your reactions, it seems like they nailed it so far.
Yeah, it's cool because it's a really interesting style that they've chosen, where it seems like kind of a mix between world and the older games. Like they're trying to take a middle ground. Like I didn't ever get a chance to play Portable Third, but it looks like a very deliberate homage to that look in Portable Third. And so I like what they're trying. It seems like they're trying to capture everybody, right? Of course, which makes sense. But I think it'll look different enough than what Vanilla World and Iceborne have done.
I've done stories.
Oh
yeah, stories.
Yeah,
they really didn't talk about that much. Like they gave you a very basic outline for the story, but they really didn't go into the mechanics. Because Stories 1
is
looked
it like
great.
turn-based or what?
Well, that's kind of the thing is the battle system in Stories 1 got pretty frustrating. It was a very rock, paper, scissors sort of style. And there were the idea of using your monsters, right, riding on top of them and them having different abilities and kind of training them up is really, really cool. But when it came to the actual battles, like not my favorite part of that game.
Yeah, because the look and the vibes were speaking to me for sure.
Yeah.
I saw the amiibo stuff they teased at the end. So I saw some people chat talking about the amiibos. So I thought they said in the Monster Hunter Direct part that it's gonna be a daily lottery where you can use them daily, which is kind of like what amiibos have done in other games, where each day you get a drop, and maybe it's good gear, maybe it's not so good gear, or something you already have. So I think that's how it's gonna work, honestly, from what they said. So probably won't be anything too earth-shattering, but I love this visual style. I mechanically, everything they showed in Rise appeals to me and looks awesome, but I'm more drawn to this visual style.
For sure.
I think I would want a Rise to look like this, but still have the gameplay of what I saw.
Oh, Source 2?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really like the look of it.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm actually kind of happy that we get both, right? Yeah. Like I always like when a series can have so many different styles and you can kind of just see a world that you really care about get interpreted in so many different ways. I know people get attached to specific styles, and that makes sense. But it's something like I appreciate about Legend of Zelda, for instance, right? Like I love that we have like, the look of Twilight Princess and the look of the Wind Waker and the look of Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. I love mixing it up visually quite a bit.
And probably gameplay wise too. They just look so different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Stories is a turn-based RPG, so it's very different from the action of World. I think what's interesting about Stories too is kind of a good gateway, right? Like I think there are still plenty of people intimidated by OG Monster Hunter, and that makes a lot of sense. And to have kind of this very story-focused series on the side that is maybe a slower paced and a little bit more familiar might be a good way to get people in.
Totally.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's interesting to me, even though I haven't put much time into Monster Hunter at all. I mean, they're both really cool. I mean, it helps that they both look great and they both have really great music, and all the monsters are super cool.
Yeah.
Psyduck.
Totally.
Psyduck.
Yeah.
Psyduck, dude.
Is there any story continuity between the mainline Monster Hunter games? I'm not terribly caught up or versed on that. Does anyone know? Or
any storyline continuity?
Because they said I was gonna get to they're connecting this Monster Hunter Stories 2 and Rise are gonna have some connectivity. So I wonder if there'll be like a narrative tissue.
I don't think it'll be a narrative
Monster Hunter universe.
I don't think it'll be a narrative connection. I bet it'll be. Here's my guess, right? And they've already done plenty of stuff like this, right? Like where if you connect them, you'll get a bonus in both games, right? So you'll get something delivered to your box that you can open. Like you'll get a bunch of potions or what have you. You know, you'll get a bunch of demon drug for.
Yeah, I imagine it would be probably something like that. But I wonder, because they seem to be kind of going all in on both these games and them pushing new directions. I wondered, because Stories 2 is so story heavy, it seems that it's maybe they were going to try something bold like that, where there's something more shared between the two game worlds or something like that. I don't know. Like characters, like one of these characters shows up in Monster Hunter Rise all of a sudden or whatnot. Could be interesting. Man, yeah.
I'm hyped. I don't know.
Awesome, yeah.
I'm hyped.
So next year's already looking like a good year for Monster Hunter, dude. 2 games.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah. There were a couple other games.
When is it not a good year for Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. We got
Disgaea 6.
Yeah, that's summer as well, man.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere. Although I saw some people being like, it'd be really cool if they had a Disgaea 6. All of a sudden, it's like,
yeah, they were right.
Nintendo heard them, like, yeah, let's just make it happen. No big deal.
Yeah, because I mean, 5 was out on Switch like pretty much at launch, right?
Yeah.
So they've had a lot of time to work on this.
And they have 1 complete on there as well. And I think, did they just add 4 recently? I don't know.
They've had chat, if you know, let us know. But I thought 4 and 5 were, but maybe I'm wrong. They have 4 complete months ago, yeah. But it was an interesting choice to go away from the sprites moving around in the 3D environments to just having 3D models now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it felt like that was part of the charm a little bit of Disgaea.
Yeah,
like,
5 looked really cool. I've been so curious about that game forever because it looked so cool. This one looked a little bland in comparison.
Oh man, I agree that like Disgaea 5 is a really good looking game with fantastic looking sprites, but at least at a glance, and maybe my opinion would change like actually getting my hands on it, I really liked the 3D models of Disgaea 6. I thought it did a good job of kind of being in that vein and being true to those kind of iconic character models. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really does feel like it's captured that same style.
Yeah, that's insane. They've always been in a game about insane numbers, like your levels go insane, and yeah, that max level part, just like the 9s flying across the screen and then doing like the damage, like that's good stuff. Yeah, I think it'll be fine with the 3D models. I think at some point maybe the change if they wanted to make the change, you got to make it at some point, so you got to rip that Band-Aid off. Yeah,
I think somebody in chat just mentioned like expressiveness, and I think that's really the key with Disgaea, where it's just like being as over to the top as possible. And I think as long as the animation and the style can kind of convey that, it'll work.
Yo, I want to get into Rune Factory, dude. What is this?
Rune Factory.
Okay, so the elevator pitch for Rune Factory is basically
Harvest Moon with combat.
Yeah, it's basically Harvest Moon with like dungeon adventuring. And so you have a farm and you're like planting turnips and selling turnips and making money and buying stuff. But you're also, there's a whole town, right? And the town is just awesome because you're interacting with all these villagers, and they all have their own personalities and storylines. And you really get to know them by name, and you can build up relationships with them, and you can marry them. And all while you're doing this, right, you have this whole kind of like farm town sim element, Harvest Moon, like Blood said. And then you actually just go out and you have action RPG combat. And it's very, very, very simple action RPG combat. And so that's what's so cool about Rune Factory 5. It seems like that is way, at least visually, obviously being 3D, but it seems like they're going deeper on that action RPG combat, which is really, really cool. But there's like boss fights and stuff and all that as well. And of course, like as you kill monsters, right, like you get stuff for recipes and that sort of thing, and so it all
Sounds
just kind of loops
super
back
fun.
into each other. Yeah, my favorite thing about what I've played of Rune Factory 4, Huber, because I'm certainly not a series expert either, is just the tone. Like you talk about towns,
Yeah.
like this is just a place where you're like, I'm just happy to spend a couple of days in the Rune Factory town because it's just so aggressively chill. I would
Sick.
say really great vibes. Yeah,
Dude, Rune Factory 4 special, man. I gotta get this.
yeah.
We had Fitness Boxing 2. We had Empire of Sin. Sniper Elite 4 showed up as well.
Empire of Sin really spoke to me today.
So excited about that game.
Yeah. And there were 2 shadow drops basically, Hades and Ori and the Will of the Wisps, both out later today.
Yeah.
But what I've played of Hades has been awesome.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been putting some time into 1.0 as well, right?
A lot of time, yep. Quite a bit of time. No spoilers.
Oh, Ori apparently runs at 60 frames per second.
I
nice.
mean, it was apparent, because from this footage, it's apparent like the visuals are a step down.
Yeah,
like it's definitely a step down. But if that's the order to preserve the 60 frames, like that's definitely the right call, in my opinion. The fluidity of this game is very important, I think, to your enjoyment of the platforming and combat. So it's still, it still looks, this art style still really holds up even with this downgrade.
God. Honestly, some of the best in the entire industry. Yeah.
This is fun because it's like the first time I played Ori was when the Switch version came out. Finally, I jumped into that, and then played this on for review earlier this year, and now it's like coming to Switch. Like if you missed out, and this is the excuse you need to play it, you don't miss out on it. Like this is don't sleep on this game. It is very good, and that packaging, jeez.
Oh yeah, the box set.
It's so like deserving. It's like worthy. It's like this is what this game
is
needs.
worthy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this looks so good. I'll check it out. Is that Nintendo's footage of gameplay, or it's from Moon Studios? Nice. I'll throw that up there. Because they threw some Switch footage, some actual gameplay. Check it out.
Huber, this is still on your backlog, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's captured.
I'll get to it by the end of the year, 100%. I finished the first one a while ago, like when it came out. Loved it so much.
Oh yeah, they say 60 frames per second.
Box set is also coming out to PC, Xbox One, but it's not just because I wasn't saying specifically the Switch version was deserving of that. Ori is deserving of like a majestic packaging like that. Is what I meant.
Majestic.
Yeah, majestic.
Yeah, so
oh man, they're showing this. This was one of the most intense parts. This is the one part of the game where it made me panic enough to like really screw up at a certain point, and I was like, no.
There are a number of very intense parts in Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
This one specifically, there was a part where I just like kept freaking out and couldn't figure out where to go. And then I just had to calm down, take my time. I was like, oh, that's so obvious. So like kudos to the game for like making me, feel that level of adrenaline where it's like, But yeah, this is not the only part. But to me, this was probably like the most intense. I'm kind of surprised. It was that part right there. Doing the circles. For some reason, I couldn't figure that out. I was like, where am I supposed to go?
Oh, yeah.
That one part. I was just like, no, am I supposed to go? I'd like bounce. Because when you hit a wall, you'll bounce and go the other way. So I'd go down thinking you're supposed to go down. And then I'd bounce back up. And I was like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. This is a very late game. Pretty much all the abilities.
So much different when you're in control, though. Don't worry, Huber.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking away right now and covering your ears. No.
I'm actually looking at Rune Factory.
Oh, okay.
I have to say,
like, I'm out.
just on attitudes about the Switch, like, there's not too much at the end of this year that's coming out that really has me like through the roof hyped on Switch. But 2021 like Rune Factory 5, Disgaea 6, and these 2 Monster Hunter games.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for me.
And Balan Wonderworld.
And Balan Wonderworld. Yeah, I probably won't play that on Switch though.
Good on Switch, yeah.
Is it Balan Wonderworld or Balan Wonderland?
Wonderland?
Land of Wonderworld?
Wonderworld.
Balan Wonderworld.
Okay. Cool. I think my mind just goes to Wonderland immediately.
So every costume has an ability, and there are 80 costumes.
Wow.
The ability to carry up to 3 at once.
That running animation did not look good. There's like a build up where she's looks like she's trying to charge up, and it takes forever for her to get going.
Soaring sheep.
I mean, I like the environment designs. It's just, we'll probably not be playing this on Switch. Right. Yeah.
Need that ray tracing.
PC version, yeah.
Need that more than 30 frames.
Dude,
we need 30 frames.
We need that Switch Pro. We need that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Switch Pro Monster Hunter, please. Please. I will pay any price. Name it.
They're just early. They still need time. Still have some time to clean it up on Switch. Yeah, that's coming March. No, it's coming March 26th. I thought it was summer. My bad. It doesn't have that much time.
It's hitting out there. That's the same date as Monster Hunter Rise.
Rise.
Oh no! Why do you do this? So poor.
They got to get before that quarter's done, man. That's the end of the year for those companies.
Well, I think easily was the best one of these partner directs. So partner showcases.
Fun.
Yeah, this is
so good.
They definitely had the right call of giving us a heads up, making it streamed live. It was definitely fit the billing for that. This has been a very good month for news,
and more to come next week too. I think that really has me excited.
Yeah, the Monster Hunter TGS.
For Monster Hunter, and then like Capcom at TGS specifically.
Village,
Dragon's Dogma too, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Can't wait.
Oh,
Dragon's Dogma 2 happens on top of everything else that has happened. Like that'll be. I don't know, man.
Hey,
I worry that like a meteor would fall into the
too much goodness. Seriously, what's better than Monster Hunter, dude? 2 Monster Hunter games?
No, 3 Monster Hunter games.
Serious?
Yeah.
1 more? Yeah, dude, seeing Village next week. But it will be pretty cool. Hopefully they show like gameplay. But in terms of Nintendo, you're also getting more Age of Calamity next week. 50-minute presentation. No, doesn't mean 50 minutes of gameplay. There's just a 50-minute stage presentation. And
that's really
hopefully we get some new gameplay, maybe seeing some new environments in that. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
It's weird because knowing that Age of Calamity is a prequel, I actually kind of don't want to see any more of that game, just because I don't want to really. I want to go into that story and have it be as surprising as possible. And because I know I'm going to play it, right? I have no doubt in my mind that I'll play it.
Well, with that game, one thing that I'm curious about is because I feel like in the past, a lot of those games have relied on just jamming things with a bunch of characters, for variety. And so for this to have focused characters to see how those characters, maybe evolve or like what it takes to master their move sets and just like how in depth that's going to be.
Yeah, that's interesting, Blake, because I think there's a couple of ways that they could go with that. I think expanding on the characters like you mentioned, because man, Hyrule Warriors 1 has so many characters. Or if you have a story that's focused on a small cast, but then, in other modes and things, you're like, okay, now we're throwing in everybody. Right? You could also go that way too. But we'll see. That's a really good point to bring up, for sure.
We might even be talking of, not us here, but there might be a talk about that was on the recent friend code that will be going up for patrons in a little bit.
Nice.
Good plug.
That's tomorrow.
Please be
I think
excited.
We talked about characters and expectations for the story. There was even a question, a good question I think to look forward to that was answered. Is someone said, "What's the point?" And well, they didn't see, I mean, it's not a good question, I think, but it's a concern. What's the point in playing it when you know what the outcome's going to be? And it's like, what? Come on! It's like there's still worth in playing prequel stuff, even when you know what the conclusion has to be.
Sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Don't also people turned off that's a Muso game. It looks way more involved and focused than any of the past. Maybe Persona 5 Scramble. I don't think we've played enough of that to really make a call on that, but what we played, Huber, of Persona 5 Scramble made me think of like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Felt authentic. Like you were actually in the source game. That was believable. That was the vibe I was getting from Age of Calamity. So good good discussion there. Yeah. Man. Feels like we just got through with the summer of all these things, and now we're getting into the fall of all these game announcements. Like this train's never gonna end, is it?
I do have to say
we're in TGS space, so it kind of makes sense. Like the same stuff that happened to E3 is happening with TGS. So
the post presentation depression is coming like a wave over me, because I'm like, oh wait, I can't just go play that new Monster Hunter game. Like it's just not here. I gotta wait until March.
Hopefully they add another monster to Iceborne or something, Ben.
Well, they are. They're adding Fatalis to Iceborne in October.
There it is. It'll hold you over.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
when is that, Ben?
October. I don't know the exact date.
Dude, Halloween and Iceborne. Let's go.
Yeah. October 1st. So soon.
Sick.
So much great Halloween stuff coming up too. Remothered, Amnesia, the new anthology game, Little Hope.
Yep. Fortnite Halloween, always one of my favorite things ever. So good.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for us for today. Do you have anything
GG, everybody.
Want to advertise before we sign off here? Anything coming up that want to remind anyone about?
Yeah, I'll actually put a post up on Patreon soon too. We are having we're going to be on a panel at RTX at home, the Rooster Teeth, not the graphics cards. Their expo. It's called the Wonderful World of Games Journalism, and we'll be on there with What's Good Games and Kind of Funny and Inside Gaming, and that is going to be at 5 p.m. Central, which is 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can see your local time at easyallies.com. Yeah, it's there's a lot of topics. I got the rundown the other day, and I'm like, this is a lot to try to cover in 50 minutes with 6 people, but we'll see how much we get through. Yeah, it'll be a good time. And stay tuned around that time because there are a couple other announcements related to that. So see you then.
Hype.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you for waking up and joining us if you got up early this morning. And we will see you all soon. Bye-bye.